Today we have Guacamole Day.
Ooh.
Step Family Day.
Oh.
Prisoners of War Missing in Action Recognition Day. And Barber Day.
You're not going to do the guac, right? You're anti-guac?
I'm great when people love guac. I just don't like it.
If you're not familiar, Kate is very generous with not judging people for their tastes.
Except for Peeps. Then I'm very judgy.
Oh, if you like Peeps, watch out. Here she comes for you.
Gross.
All right, so no guac for Kate.
No guac for me.
Extra for the rest of us. Fantastic.
That's exactly how I say it when I order food at a Mexican restaurant when it comes with guac. And I'm like, you might want to save that guac for somebody who will appreciate it more.
No one else in your family is going to want the guac?
Maybe Elliot and Monty. Yeah, but I don't like it touching my stuff.
Oh, you're one of those people.
I am one of those for sure.
Yeah, and if you're not familiar, I am a judgy person. So
yeah.
There we go.
Step Family Day.
Yeah,
So if you have a step family, you can celebrate your step family.
I know you'd have like a stepdad, stepmom, step family. It's all the same thing, right? I'm so confused.
I don't know what you're asking.
I don't know if I've ever heard the term step family before.
Yeah, because if you have step grandparents, step aunt and uncles, step cousins, like it's a step family. It can be bigger than just your like small unit.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, so step family. And today is also Prisoner of War Missing in Action Recognition Day. So you'll probably see a lot of those black flags.
You think so?
I think so. You might see some bikers rolling around with their POW MIA. Are they jackets? Are they flags? Are they tattoos? Yeah.
Roll up their sleeves and show off their tats.
Yeah. Matt, on this day, the Mayflower left Plymouth, England with 102 passengers bound for America. On this day, General Motors was founded. But I'm going to ask you, what year was it founded? 1908, 1912, or 1910?
Oh, a quiz is built into this. Oh, curveball here from Kate.
Yeah.
What were my options again?
Okay, General Motors was founded on this day in what year? 1908, 1912, or 1910?
Oh, those are all way too close to each other.
Yeah, sorry.
And you didn't give them to me in order either. 1910.
I didn't, on purpose. Yeah.
1910.
I thought you'd say that, 1908. 1908, General Motors was founded on this day. And on this day, Nick Jonas was born. Happy birthday, Nick Jonas.
How old is Nick these days?
Nick is turning 30 today.
Oh, man, they grew up fast.
Right? Amy Poehler, celebrating a birthday. She's 51 today. And I'm throwing in another quiz for you, Matt. David Copperfield.
Oh, geez, Kate.
The magician.
Hurting my brain.
How old is David Copperfield today? Is he? Now I'm going to put him in order for you.
Jeez, this is brutal. Okay.
60, 63, or 66?
66.
He is 66. Da-da-da-da.
He's been around for a while. Is he still banging Claudia Schiffer?
No, and they are not dating anymore.
Wah, wah.
She's married to somebody else.
They could be secretly dating.
I suppose they could be secretly dating.
I sure hope so. Why? I don't know.
My theory is he's dating himself.
Oh, I'm familiar with that. I know how that goes.
David Copperfield loves David Copperfield.
Oh, dear. Dirty. So, Kate, the Queen's body is in place, right? Is it in place now? Maybe that's not the right way to phrase it.
Now, like it was not before and now it is? No.
Well, didn't they kind of march it around the places?
No longer. She is lying in state.
Okay.
And that's live streaming lying in state. So if you'd like to pay your digital respects, you can, thanks to the BBC.
So you're staring at her coffin with people milling about? Is that what it is? Is that what the live stream is? Okay, great.
Yes. And it will end on Monday morning, the live stream, because she's going to be laid to rest later on Monday.
Oh, there's not going to be a coffin, because in her case it's a coffin. There's not going to be a coffin cam where we can see what she looks like underground?
I don't think so. No, and I bet you she's not underground. I bet you she's in the mausoleum.
Oh, okay.
Or not mausoleum, but I bet you she's in a building. You know, like under the church.
Yeah, she's in a drawer somewhere.
Yeah, I think so.
For lack of a better term.
But her funeral is going to be on Monday, and they're expecting 4.1 billion people to watch the funeral on Monday, which will be the world's most watched ever.
Wait, how many people?
4.1 billion people are expected to watch Queen Elizabeth's funeral on Monday.
I say, nope, that's way too high of a number.
You think so?
Yeah. How many people are alive on Earth? You know?
I don't know.
I'm looking for it now. 7 billion. 7 billion. That's
Okay.
the world population. 7.9 billion. There we go.
Okay, so almost 8 billion. And you don't think half of the population
No.
are going to watch the funeral?
No way.
No?
Especially, imagine the number of people who don't have access to the technology at all. And there are a lot of...
That's 3 billion.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, probably. It probably is a pretty substantial number. And then, everyone else who doesn't care, I would think would be substantial. So, who made this prediction?
The internet.
The internet. Well, never mind. I take it back.
Yep. And she's also being laid to rest in a coffin that was made for her 30 years ago.
Oh, do you think it's too large for her now? You think she's shrunk?
No.
Old people shrink?
Old people do shrink. I don't think they go with like what fits you like head to toe. I don't think it's like a pair of pants. Like, oh, these are too big. Take them back.
Yeah, cinch it in a little bit. Need to cinch in that coffin.
It's lined with lead, and it requires 8 pallbearers to carry it.
Just because of tradition or because it's that heavy?
Because it's that heavy.
Okay. You ever figure out why they use lead in there?
I do not know.
In case there's a nuclear bomb goes off and protect her from radiation? I don't know.
But in respect for the Queen's funeral, every McDonald's in the UK will be closed on Monday for the Queen's funeral.
Damn.
Yeah, she owned 2 McDonald's. How cool is that?
What?
Yeah.
Imagine the Queen tries to come through and secret shop at the McDonald's that she owns. She's wearing a, what's it called? Groucho Marx disguise. Yes,
Yeah.
1 Big Mac, please.
One's a very shishi because the Queen owned it. So it had like leather couches and
Oh.
it had a really nice ambiance. Is the word I was looking for.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba.
Right?
Queen's owning it.
So all the McDonald's are closed on Monday for the funeral.
Imagine there's lots of random places that are closed, right?
Can't get your Big Macs on Monday in the UK.
Nope. Got to go to, Burger King. That seems like that would be offensive to eat at also, doesn't it?
Burger King Charles.
Burger King Charles. I was reading some article where they're like, yeah, can we just skip Charles and go directly to William? And they talked to all kinds of British people. Like, yeah, we'd kind of like to skip Charles and go right to William, frankly.
Yeah, I mean, he's not a spring chicken, though, so
Yeah, just wait for it.
yeah.
He'll perish soon.
Did you see his fingers? He's not around for long.
Oh, yeah. He's
Just kidding.
Those fingers are definitely a bad sign for his long-term outlook.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. prematurely to King Charles. I almost called him Prince Charles again.
Yeah. King Charles. No.
Gotta watch it.
So you are not planning on watching the funeral on Monday?
No. I mean, maybe if there's an interesting clip to watch, I might watch after the fact. I will not be live streaming it, though.
Did you watch Diana's funeral?
I don't recall.
Okay.
Too long ago. Maybe? You?
I did.
Okay. And are you going to watch any of the Queen?
I don't know that I'll get to watch the whole thing. I don't think that I'll be able to sit down probably for 4 hours to watch the pomp and circumstance of everything. But
Right. Because it's not like they're going to broadcast it, based on New York time or whatever, like we're used to in this country, right?
right.
It's going to be some weird-ass time that a lot of people might be sleeping.
During the day.
It's when is it? What is the time
No,
difference?
it'll be Monday afternoon London time.
Okay.
So it'll be like what? Monday morning our time?
Okay, you're the time zone expert, so.
I've never claimed that.
Oh, okay.
I just know that there's a difference.
All right. Yeah. The kids start caring yet? Did the school start talking to the kids about the royal family yet? Or
We've had conversations in the car, but I don't know how much they're getting from school.
yeah, you know how you'll get have your kids started doing that? When are you ever going to use this in real life? Have you gotten that yet from either of your girls?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
10 and 12 years old. I'm not sure what age that becomes a thing.
I'm pretty sure I was using that line in like 3rd grade.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Well, I would say, as opposed to like algebra or whatever, that knowing about the royal family is probably pretty low on, knowledge that will help you through your life.
well,
Probably.
current royal family, not so much, but I mean, they have to know about the monarchy and social studies and history classes.
Briefly, right? Don't you think they're eventually going to be like, okay, you know what? This is stupid. We're done. Don't you think one
My
of them?
kids or like the education system that like we don't need to cover the monarchy anymore?
I was actually saying the royal family themselves. I mean, half of them have already basically declared that they're over it already.
Half of them? You mean like
the next
Harry and Meghan?
Yes.
Those two? That's half of them?
Well, that's half the tree of whatever the hell they're called. The tree of knowledge? No. the tree succession. Yeah. If one, like, there's only the 2 kids, right?
Okay, there's 2 kids, but William has 3. So there's 3 ahead of.
But what if William decides to peace out? What if William's like, you know what? Me and my kids agree that this is stupid, so we're done. We're shutting this down.
Guarantee that's not going to happen after Prince Harry stepped aside.
We're going to turn the lights out. This is silly. We don't get why we have this.
I think that's why Harry is kind of being shunned, because if Harry was the king, Harry'd be like, yeah, we're out. No, we don't need the monarchy anymore. But Harry's probably not ever going to be king. So,
well, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
God forbid there's some accident with like
I know. Yeah.
ton of people
right
ahead of Harry.
Yeah. That would not be ideal. But either way, I don't know. It seems like it's people. It just doesn't matter, right? Doesn't it? Like it serves no purpose.
Do they?
Except for ceremonial stuff. I don't know. I mean, yeah, they do some stuff, but it's not like the king can declare war. I think maybe the king can like sign on something that says. I don't know. It just seems like something they could say. Like, you know what? This is dumb.
But it's British tradition, Matt. I just don't see it going anywhere.
Right. Okay.
They've been doing it for how many years that it didn't really matter. And yeah, I don't see Charles being the one to say, I'm just going to lay low, guys. You handle it, Prime Minister. Yeah.
Not all of them would need to peace out on it.
Well, the ones
Can't wait.
like on the throne would, right?
Well, yeah, so if Prince William was like, you know what, me and the family, and we're like, nah, this is stupid. Harry's already said the same. And Charles has perished at that point. Who's next after that? No one can just shut it down? No one can be like, okay, you know what?
I don't know. I don't think so.
This is now officially a museum. Enjoy. I don't know.
This is a museum.
I give up. Kate, don't you think it'd be a waste of your beef if you were to turn it into jerky?
I do not make beef jerky.
I don't. I just think it's like throwing beef in the trash. Almost. If I were to take, it sounds like the worst way to make beef. Is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mentioned this because I ran into this article about like, hey, here's this great food dehydrator. You know what we say about the food dehydrator, right, Kate?
Set it and forget it?
Yes. Good job.
Okay.
I thought I might have been reaching there.
Yeah.
I did, but you reached out the other direction, so thank you.
If it wasn't set it and forget it, I would not know what it was.
Maybe there's got to be another better. Maybe
there's got to be a better way.
Yeah. And I was like, why would I ever? And I'm surprised I never questioned the food dehydrator before, as far as making your own beef, at least.
Yeah.
I guess if you with your half a cow in your freezer, if you're like, oh man, we're not consuming this cow at quick enough of a clip, it's going to get freezer burn. I guess we can turn it into jerky. Maybe it'd be a way to save it. And I understand like the idea. Well, it's great portable protein. At that point, I'm like, well, wouldn't I just go ahead and have some like nuts or something instead? I don't know.
If I had to choose between nuts or beef jerky, Matt, I'm picking beef jerky. But would you think if you make it at home that it's better for you than purchasing beef jerky?
It probably is. It probably is better for you. Less preservatives and less sodium or whatever.
I know that people make their own deer jerky when they, shoot a deer.
Yeah, deer is just not nearly as delectable as beef is.
I agree. Deer jerky's not bad.
It is pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And beef jerky, I think beef jerky is fine, but I just could never imagine buying a nice, having my own meat and turning it into jerky.
I will say, when you do buy so much of a cow, you do get certain parts of the cow that you're like, well, what do we use this type of steak for? It's already pretty tough. It's already, So maybe there are some things, maybe I need to ask Monty, hey, we got anything that we can make jerky out of that would be best served? That's right. That would be best used for jerky versus steaks on the grill or fajitas or whatever.
You've already consumed all these cows over time, though. What do you do with the lesser cuts of beef that you're currently getting? Because how many you guys gotten half a cow for years now, right?
Right.
10 years?
No, not that long.
Okay. At least 5?
At least 5, yeah.
Long enough that you know what you're doing with it.
But it also depends on where you go. Like some butchers give you those things, or some butchers, you say you don't want this is where I feel very uneducated. We don't want the flank steak. We want more ground beef. Or, we want more steaks. Like,
you can keep the ears and the
whoa. Yeah, you have to ask for those specifically, like the head, the brain, and the tongue. Yeah, the liver.
Can I have its eyes, please?
Yeah, I've never asked for that.
You can make jerky eyeballs.
I've never asked for any of it, but we always get a bag with the undesirables.
Yeah.
Because those go to my father-in-law. So
there you go. What a great gift.
Little head cheese, little liver and onions.
Joy Pops.
Yep. Matt, have you ever thought about getting a tattoo?
No. Mm-mm.
Why?
I'm not that committed to anything to put it in writing on my skin.
Okay. It's the permanence then? It's not the pain?
The pain. No, it's not the pain. It's it's not the pain at all. That's not my biggest, nope, not getting a tattoo. How about you? How about you?
Well, my parents were very anti-tattoos and say that they would kick us out of the will and what have you. And I kind of feel like my mom is not blowing smoke. She means it. But something that keeps me from a tattoo is like, I don't think I could sit through the pain. I think I don't think I could sit still. But there's a new painless tattoo that you can get.
Okay, can I guess what it is?
Yeah.
A temporary tattoo.
Uh-huh.
Am I right?
Loophole. That is true, but this one is a permanent tattoo that's painless.
Okay, how's that go?
Developed by a team at Georgia Tech.
How's it work?
And it's a patch.
It sounds just like a temporary tattoo.
It does, except for a temporary tattoo does not have thousands of microscopic needles.
Ooh, that sounds like a horror film.
Yeah, it's so small that you can't even feel the needles. And the needles themselves are made out of tattoo ink. So you just stick it on like a temporary tattoo. You let the ink soak in, and the results are permanent.
Wow.
Yeah, and so instead of a tattoo artist, you just design it on a computer, order the patch online, and stick it on all by yourself. And it's a lot cheaper. It's a lot cheaper than a normal tattoo, too.
So has this got you interested? Are you going to do it?
Maybe.
Put the tattoo artist out of business.
Right?
Although a lot of people, I think, are really into the process.
I think you're right.
Like the pain, the endorphins that you get off.
The therapy from it, yeah.
Like they're cutting almost. I don't want to. I shouldn't equate those two because cutting is a serious mental issue. But yeah.
But with these patch tattoos, there's lower risk of infection because there's no blood. Yep.
I want to.
Come on, finish it.
Suck your blood.
No.
It just sounded, I don't know, it got too personal.
Oh, okay.
With you there. I was like, I don't want people to think I actually want to suck Kate's blood.
Yeah. It's no good.
Yeah. See how I value our relationship?
Aww.
I'm not going to suck your blood out of you.
I just know how much you love the Halloween sound effects, and you don't always get a chance to, When else are you going to do Dracula?
All right, I'll go ahead and do it. 1. Okay.
Now you got a 2.
2.
There you go.
Hosts on Matt and Kate. There's Matt and there's Kate. Very educational show today.
Very.
You updated the software on your phone yet, Kate?
No.
Software update. A friend of mine asked me, because he knows I'm kind of a dork about this stuff. So you updated yet? Like, nope. I specifically went in and turned off automatic updates when the new one was about to be released. Like, oh, I don't want that to sneak in there. I want to wait until like the second version of the new software. Less buggy. People get hyped to upgrade, and the phones are like arriving today. I think people's phones that they order, at least their iPhones and such, arriving today. So I'm pretty cautious. I know a lot of people want to upgrade. And they want to get the new features and the new emoji. The new emoji are very important.
Is emoji like deer?
Yeah.
It's not emojis?
Yes.
Okay.
Although officially you can say it either way. Emoji was the original plural as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully this doesn't get us started on fishes versus fish again.
Nope. Wasn't going there.
New emoji, but are the new emoji part of the new iOS? It might not be, because sometimes those come in a later deal.
I don't know. I don't have the new update.
Yeah.
My phone says you need to update, and then the next day it says, just kidding, you don't have enough space to update. We'll try it later.
Yeah, I think the new feature that will get people on iPhones is there's updates to the lock screen, where you can have a more persistent, you can have more data on there than normal. You can customize your lock screen pretty much for the first time outside of just having a wallpaper in the past. I think that will be what gets most people
I don't understand.
Into it.
The lock screen.
So that's when you pick up your phone before you swipe up or press the home button. The information you see there is more customizable, so you can put more persistent things on your screen and move the time around a little bit. And I think maybe even adjust the font some.
Okay.
Stuff that's typically been locked down. So we'll let you, dear listener, be the one to go forward and test out the new iOS and tell us how it goes. And a very happy new phone day to you and yours if you're one of the early adopters that signed up for the new phones. Here they come. There they go.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, the reviews say, hey, they're pretty good, but they're pretty good every year. Maybe you don't need to rush out and get it just yet, especially on the standard models. The Pro one's got a lot more new, quote, new-ish kind of stuff to them. But
gotcha.
So happy new iPhone day to you and yours, his and hers, ours and theirs, etc.
Matt, did I tell you I joined a fantasy football league?
You did not? No. Is this a normal thing for you or no?
No. I have not done fantasy football since before apps.
Right. And I gave up years ago because I couldn't be bothered to invest the time that would take to win, and I didn't want to lose. So I was like, I gave up. So what are you doing? What's on the line? You betting is there some money or?
I don't. You know what? We didn't kick in any money, but we all decided that there's going to be lots of trash talk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that no trash talk is out of line. So that was kind of funny. We started late, so we had our draft last night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter.
Right.
When you start, if you're with a group of how many people in this pool?
8.
8? That's a good number.
I thought so.
Is this going to make you start caring about a whole bunch of games you otherwise wouldn't have cared about? That's the biggest thing I noticed with fantasy football is I have friends like, when did you actually start caring about football teams that aren't the Chiefs? Oh, fantasy.
But see, I like to watch football.
Yeah.
So even if it's not the Chiefs, I like, Buccaneers and the Cowboys. I bet you that's going to be a good game, so I'll turn that on.
Yeah, football in the background is fun for me, but I can't just sit there and stare at a team and stare at a game that I don't have any particular involvement in. Yeah. But what do you think how you think you're gonna do?
Well, based on our picks, I'm last in the league. So yeah, it was after we drafted, it was like who the statistics picked the best team, and I was 8 out of 8. So
the computer says you were the worst at making picks, more or less.
Yeah. I don't understand. I've got Patrick Mahomes. I've got Juju Smith-Schuster. I've got the kicker from Buffalo.
Well, maybe that's the problem. Is it the kicker? Is that the problem?
No.
Do you have to carry a kicker?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry.
That's all right. We'll see. We'll see how the first weekend goes.
So there's no prize at the end? There's no...
Not yet. I don't think we decided, if you lose, you have to, sit at Denny's for 24 hours eating a waffle every hour.
Right. Those are the kind of bets that happen that we hear
we're pretty spaced out, though. We've got D.C., Milwaukee, Kansas City, Omaha, some really small town in Nebraska, Topeka, Denver. Yeah, we're pretty spaced out.
We've got a really good view of Denny's from here, the radio station.
There we go.
Denny's, Motel 6. We've got the best view of the St. Joe skyline here. Red Lobster. Yeah. So it'd be convenient for you to have to be stuck at Denny's for 24 hours for the show, is basically what I'm saying, I guess.
For me, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't lose, I don't think anybody's going to come in town from like DC or Denver or Milwaukee, Topeka, come to our Denny's.
I know a chicken sound effect doesn't really make much sense there, but
okay.
let's just pretend it did.